Hello and welcome to the Tarka Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at the game called RivenWorld: The First Era. And it is in early access, and this is their new map design. Now, I just did a walkthrough of the map just recently. We'll get into the game and look at it for ourselves. And I noticed a lot of the nodes had changed, and a lot of locations where nodes had been are now in particular areas on the map. It's a good thing, bad thing kind of thing. It just leaves where I built kind of worthless because I built near resources that I thought were there in the game that don't exist anymore. So when you get into the game, you might have to reconsider where you've built your home and move it to a more conducive location based on new resource locations. Before the map was a little dabadooya in different locations of various nodes, and after walking the map and then seeing their world map photo that they've got here, it's very clear now they've isolated nodes in particular regions of the map, and the map itself seems to be a lot larger too. So without mounts being in the game, it's going to be difficult to navigate. It's going to be a lot of walking simulator for a while. Because what I found the map being, it's bigger than it, and it's a good thing that it's bigger than it was before. But into a sense, now that where I built my home, like I wanted to be near the oil. That's what my thing was. That was my stick. And I'm living right here where my mouse is, and they moved the oil from where I was to over here on the map. And I walked that distance, and it's like a 25-minute walk. It's like a ridiculous walk to get from where I now live to where the resource that I want to. So basically, I've got to make a decision. Do I just pick up shop and move, or just try to go to different other resources, because they are scattered around, and that's usually a good thing if there's an easy way to traverse the map. With the map, this current map, there's a lot of sheer cliffing. There's a lot of things that you got to walk around and get around. So it makes the journey harder. But now they do have these roads that they've added. These roads are pretty slick. So if you follow the roads, you should be fine. But if you've got a house where you thought you were near a generous supply of resources, and now they've isolated them and moved my key resource, which was the oil, way across the opposite end of the map, I think you're going to be moving. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is move from the lake back down here somewhere, find these guys, and set up a shop here and abandon what I've built on the map currently. Because that doesn't, where I am now, totally does not work for what I want to be doing and where I was doing my stuff in the game. And they've got the iron. They've really limited the iron on the server. I ran around thinking that it was just a resource node issue where it was like the game was waiting to respawn things still as the server came up, but that wasn't the case. It was when I got to certain locations, I noticed high concentrations of iron, and then I saw no iron. I saw this over here where my mouse is. I ran all the way around here, no iron, no gold, no copper, a few stones, got back up here, found the gold. So really what they've done here is they high concentrated the iron next to the castle, which to me kind of unbalances it, because that is a very a resource that everybody needs, and it's tucked right over on the castle. So the people who own the castle can just hold on to that resource by just adding a few defensive mechanisms on that road. The people in the castle already have a superior advantage. Now this is going to be even a better superior advantage, because they can really just hover over those iron nodes, and iron is needed for a lot of stuff in this game. And if those are the only nodes that exist right next to the castle, I see that being the hardest resource to get. Especially if you've got somebody that's taking over your castle, they're utilizing the tax revenue that they're getting for free just to hold on to those iron nodes, because those iron nodes control your steel manufacturing too. So that's the only concern I really have with the map. Currently, the biggest concern is having the iron so close to the people that have already a superior advantage on the server if they own that castle. So let's go onto the server. I'm going to go into the server that I've been playing on, and I'm going to just show you maybe some of the new terrain. Yeah, the server has to load up everything. So we're going to find that when we get in, I don't remember where I left off, but I do know that I want to be closer to the iron, or the, not the iron node, but the oil nodes. That's why I set up this factory, this oil factory that I've got here. That's what I tried building here, was an oil refinery factory. And this entire building structure is now obsolete to me because the oil nodes are no longer spawning in either of the locations in which they were spawning before. So basically every ounce of effort that I made here is going to be wasted to me because I need to now move. I mean, I can pick up this stuff. I'm just going to leave it and just start over again down where the oil is. So it's just, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab a few tools and play as though I haven't played the game yet and just go down to that location, which is pretty far away from this location. There's nothing here for me to stay here. There's no resources that I need that are here near where I now live, because there's stone is not even spawning here any longer. There used to be 3 stone nodes. There used to be like 4 iron nodes and a gold node up there. There used to be copper nodes up there. None of the resources that once was around this lake are here now. They've all been moved to the new map spawn locations. And so basically this location is going to become a ghost town because I won't be here. So even the rock nodes that were here that I used to get are not here. The copper nodes are gone. The rock nodes that were on this end are gone. I mean, you could still get rocks by just foraging. It's just discouraging that I found a place where I found abundant resources, and that area is now a resource desert. So it went from feast to famine on me because, well, I mean, I guess I got trees. I mean, trees are resources, right? But there's no rocks. There's no. There is the gold nodes that are still up here. But the road, the iron road, what I used to call the iron road, there was a road up here that had iron nodes on it. Those are gone. So if I want to get into the gold business, I guess I'd be fine because there's gold nodes over here. And that's really it. I do like the new map, the new roads that they put in for the new map. So yeah, we've got gold. We got a lot of gold nodes. But the thing with gold in this game, I don't really find that much of a use for it. So again, my house is near a resource desert because gold. I mean, I can get stone from these things. I can still get stone from these things, so I'm not gonna be that bad. But I don't need the gold. I mean, that's what I don't need. So I can get gold from that. And then the iron road that used to be what I call the iron road doesn't have iron on it any longer. Those have been moved to where we saw where I'm looking right now towards the castle. Those iron nodes are up there. And in my opinion, next to oil, iron is the most needed item in the game. Well, food and water too. But I mean, the iron really helps you get into the other higher end, or it did when the before the patch. I don't know if they've changed it in the patch because this is all patch related. I hope that the recipes haven't changed. If the recipes are the same or the way they were before, then you're going to need iron for a lot of the end game stuff because you're not going to find it anywhere on this map now other than where they had indicated it in that map. Every once in a while you would find an iron node just willy-nilly out in the way, but I've run this once already, and the only place I saw them were up by the castle. And there's no resources at all in this area of the map. At all. No stone, no nothing. It's just trees. And I think they said that on their map, if you want to get sand, this is where you need to go. If I'm following their map correctly, that this is their sand location. I'm not really sure why you need. I mean, you can make glass in this game, but this is the sand resource area. Looks like somebody had a bench up here. Started doing something up here. That's pretty cool. So I think I've got to run to get to those oil nodes. I'm going to have to run because I'm still at the sand node location. To get to those oil nodes, I'm going to have to run way down here. So on the map, they did say they spotted this area with some stone nodes. So we got a couple stone nodes here. Some down there on the lower road, it looks like there's some stone nodes. Again, the stone nodes are not that. I mean, you can get stone by just foraging. That's a good way of getting it. Yeah, that's a good way of getting it. I mean, these roads are nice. I mean, they added quite a bit of roads here. The map feels bigger. I see that they don't give you a bonus, a speed bonus while on the road. It's the same speed on the road or off the road. So there's no bonus to being on the road itself. So based on their map, those oil nodes should be somewhere down here. I don't know how many of them they're going to be. It was going to be in this corner somewhere. All right. So I think it was down here somewhere. There's another lake down here they created. So this is where I'm going to need to move to. So I guess it wasn't that long of a trek. It was a definite trek from my house. I mean, if they had mounts in the game, it won't be that bad. Now there's an oil node right there. There's an oil node. There's an oil node. All right, this is not, but this is a little sheer though. That's a little sheer right there. Let's go here. Let's get into the woods here. So there's two oil nodes. Oh, there's some oil nodes here. There's 3 oil nodes there. There's an oil node here, oil node here. Oh, geez, holy tamale, Ohio. They got a lot of oil nodes here. This is like an oil node field. So I guess my new house will be right here. I think this is where I'm going to set up shop. This is where I'm going to build. I'm just going to... yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build right here on the ocean. I think this is going to be a new location. I'll build on the ocean, and then I'll have access to the oil nodes while I'm here. So I'm going to start my new journey and my new adventure on this map here, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been The Darkest Zone.